Hello YouTube, I'm back here again, back here at my main farm now. Here's the main place here. My great-grandpa began here in 45 is when it was. My grandfather started going to school just a mile up the road. I got my couple pieces of equipment here, my twin John Deere Model L Series 51 manure spreaders. Now this one right here, my grandmother, it was over at my grandparents', my grandmother used to pitch chicken manure into this old girl. Oh yeah, she pitched tons of chicken manure into this one, actually both of them. But this other one here, she was up in the dump, about, I'd say 30, 40 years or so. Easy that. It was in the dump, it had some issues with it, so we put it up in the dump, and I pulled her out. It was full of stuff. I put a new floor in her, I put new woodworking in it, and pulled her out, put her together, painted her up. Works like a charm. Just got to put an apron in it now. See this one over here's got the apron. But both these spreaders are, I think, are 50 or 51s. And then I got over here my 3-bottom number 55 ABH John Deere plow. It's a 3/14 actually, and I've done a little bit of plowing with it, not too much. But I got this from a past friend of mine who passed away. He had this sitting in his trees, and he had no use for it, so he gave it to me and brought her home, fixed her up, and now I can I can plow with her pretty steady. Dad does tend to make laps around me with the 6/18, but I do manage. I manage the way it is. But and then I got over here is my McCormick Deering 1-row corn binder. It's kind of in pieces right now. You can see the woodwork isn't all there. I just haven't had the time. Like I said, I haven't had time to do anything lately with school and whatnot. But I got her here now, and you can see there's not a speck of snow around here today. There's no snow. There hasn't been snow all winter yet. So we're pretty fortunate around here to not have snow. But I've been managing to get a hold of to get these babies working, and then I got my my other plow, my 2/16 case plow. I fixed up a guy. I got a guy Super C Farmall running, and he gave me this old plow. It's all of it's here is what he gave me. I didn't put anything but a new back tire on there, and a new tire on the other. Oh, it's not new, but it's a different tire on the other side. But I put her to use on my F-20s, and makes the 20 snort a little, but she does what she's supposed to do. So I just assume it, leave it at that, and work hard with it like that. But it's a very nice working plow. The mechanics are out. Mechanically, it's basically a good working machine. As long as it lifts and lowers itself, it's all I need it for. To plow the ground over for my, or we plow over wheat stubble and oat stubble with it. So we can, because that buries the weeds and everything, and it kills off the weeds faster. Then we can come through with a disc and just chop it all up. But this is just a fraction of my antique machinery here. And then I got a little issue here with the 20. This is my great grandfather's 1936 F-20, and this old girl, like I said, she's been in the family since my great grandfather quit with horses in 36. And it's got, see, the head's off right now. It's got a little bit of an issue. I've been getting water into the pistons, and I can't for certain understand why. See, the dilemma was I had her out, okay, I had a little bit of water in it, just straight water, and it froze on me. It got cold outside. I didn't have time to empty it. And it got cold, and it froze, and then it didn't freeze hard, but the radiator wasn't completely full. So I let it thaw. I opened her up and drained her out, and then I put antifreeze in there, and that's when the water started seeping in. The water started seeping in in the pistons. I started her up, and water come out. Oh, actually, antifreeze at that time. Antifreeze come out the pistons out the manifold and right out all over me. and I just haven't been able to figure out exactly why it's been doing it. But I went ahead and I bought a new gasket for it, thinking that was the problem. Well, that wasn't the problem. Put the gasket together about a week ago, and it leaked. I got another bath. It ran fine the night, and then I let it sit for overnight. Come back the next day, and it was full of water again. So I pulled the head off real fast, about as good as I could, as quick as I could, and to save the gasket, and sucked all the water out of the pistons, so that way out of all the pistons, so that way they didn't stick and they didn't get water in anything. But I've checked the pan, and it seems to be no oil in the pan, no water in the pan. So I just don't know. I think it might be the head. I've asked around. I've asked on YT Mag, www.ytmag on the discussion board, the IH discussion board, and people have said the gasket or the head cracked or something in that matter, and it's just been kind of a pain in my butt lately. But I've just been working on it between school and everything else. It's just been a real job. But this is what really got my heart pumping for antiques. She's been in my family for, well, ever since my great-grandpa bought her. So I feel pretty lucky to have something this old and this fancy in my family history, you know. And like all you other antique collectors out there, you got that one or two special tractors that Dad had or Grandpa had or even great-grandpa in my manner, but you just don't want to let them go. And this is one of them tractors that I just cherish and love to death. But I got my international windbreaker. It's actually the whole international windbreaker on here. We bought it for our Super M, and I never put it on there. It sat up in the top of the barn, so I put it on the 20. I figured, what the heck? But I did that. But this tractor's been this is the biggest problem I've had with it. So I'm just kind of going by what I've heard and by what my relatives tell me what I can try, and I'm gonna put water in the block right now. That way the water, I can see if it's getting water from the block. Because if there's not a problem in the block, then that's fine. I think then it's probably the head. But I'm gonna try it. I had somebody tell me to try putting water in the block and let it sit, and antifreeze, and let it sit and see if antifreeze gets into the pistons, then it's got a crack in the head or the block. But if it doesn't, then it's going to be the head. But I got the head sitting right there. I got the the cover on it, and I got a towel on it, so it keeps dirt out of it. And I got my little shop here that I work in all the time, and a little home away from home. And I got, like I said in an earlier video, I have the old stave silo. This old girl. Let me go outside here. This old girl, my grandfather and great-grandfather built using that Ferguson 30, and that's one heck of a thing to have around here yet to show it. We don't use it, but it's still here for store. I store parts and everything else under the sun in there. I got all sorts of good things in here. I got what do I got in here? You probably can't see, but you can see I'm in my own light rig. I got an exhaust pipe in there because I vent all my exhaust from my furnace right out the top of the silo. But yeah, this is my little setup in here, and this is my 20. And hopefully you guys can give me some pointers on what else I can try. I'm not for certain on what I can do, but I'm sure as heck looking for information. So if anybody's got any information on him and any ideas of how to find what's wrong, just leave me a message or shoot me an email, one or the other. So, alrighty, well, I'm gonna hit the road here. So thanks for watching, and subscribe.